On this day in history, October 26th, the Byzantine Civil War of 1341 to 1347 formally began on October 26, 1341, when John VI Kantakozenos proclaimed himself emperor following the death of Andronikos III. The war pitted Kantakozenos against the regency of the young John V Palaiologos, dividing the empire between aristocratic and bureaucratic factions. This conflict severely weakened Byzantium, hastening its decline. On October 26, 1597, Korean Admiral Yi Sun-sin, vastly outnumbered with only 13 ships, used brilliant naval tactics to defeat a Japanese fleet of 300 at the Battle of Myeongnyang. His victory, despite overwhelming odds, is celebrated as one of the greatest in naval history and helped protect Korea from further Japanese invasions. The Treaty of Ripon, signed on October 26, 1640, restored peace between Covenanter Scotland and King Charles I of England after the Bishops' Wars. The treaty forced Charles to pay the Scots army expenses, leading to the Long Parliament, which ultimately curtailed the king's authority, escalating tensions toward the English Civil War. On October 26, 1689, Austrian General Ennio Silvio Piccolomini burned down the city of Skopje to prevent the spread of a cholera outbreak during Austria's campaign against the Ottoman Empire. Tragically, Piccolomini himself contracted the disease and died soon after, marking a grim end to the general's military career. The Erie Canal, completed on October 26, 1825, revolutionized American commerce by linking the Hudson River to Lake Erie, opening up the Midwest for trade. The 363-mile canal reduced transportation costs, sparked economic growth, and helped establish New York City as a major trade hub in the 19th century. On October 26, 1860, Giuseppe Garibaldi concluded his expedition of the Thousand by presenting the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies to King Victor Emmanuel II, promoting Italian unification. This pivotal event marked a significant step in the creation of the modern Italian state, helping consolidate southern territories. The Football Association was founded on October 26, 1863 in London, codifying the rules of association football, soccer, and standardizing the game. This event formalized the split between football and rugby and laid the groundwork for the global sport, which would later become the world's most popular game. On October 26, 1881, the legendary gunfight at the OK Corral occurred in Tombstone, Arizona, involving lawman Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, and others in a 30-second shootout against the Clanton-McClowry gang. The confrontation became a symbol of the Wild West, though its mythology often exceeds the reality of the event. The Malleco Viaduct in Chile was inaugurated by President José Manuel Balmaceda on October 26, 1890. At the time, it was the highest railroad bridge in the world, standing at 102 meters, 335 feet. The viaduct, a marvel of engineering, improved transportation in southern Chile and symbolized the country's industrial progress. On October 26, 1905, King Oscar II of Sweden formally recognized the peaceful dissolution of the union between Norway and Sweden, ending nearly a century of political union. Norway's full independence was achieved without bloodshed, marking a diplomatic victory for both countries and stabilizing Scandinavia. Nazi Germany began expelling 18,000 Polish Jews on October 26, 1937, under anti-Semitic laws aimed at isolating and deporting Jews. This marked the beginning of increasingly violent Nazi policies toward Jews, which would culminate in the Holocaust during World War II, where millions were systematically murdered. On October 26, 1955, Austria declared permanent neutrality after the last Allied troops left. Following the Austrian Independence Treaty, this declaration, embedded in the country's constitution, marked Austria's recovery from World War II occupation and became a cornerstone of its foreign policy during the Cold War. Pan American Airways made history on October 26, 1958, with the first commercial flight of the Boeing 707 from New York to Paris. This flight marked the dawn of the jet age in commercial aviation, drastically reducing travel time and ushering in a new era of global air travel that connected distant continents. On October 26, 1967, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi crowned himself Emperor of Iran in a grand ceremony, further centralizing his autocratic power. His lavish coronation displayed Iran's growing wealth from oil but alienated many Iranians, contributing to widespread discontent that would culminate in the 1979 Iranian Revolution. The Soyuz 3 mission, launched on October 26, 1968, achieved the first Soviet space rendezvous, though it failed to dock with Soyuz 2 due to manual piloting errors. Despite this setback, the mission provided valuable experience for future Soviet space operations and marked progress in the space race with the United States. On October 26, 1977, Ali Maumallin developed the last known natural case of smallpox in Somalia. This date is commemorated by the World Health Organization and CDC as the anniversary of the disease's eradication, a global public health triumph marking the success of vaccination campaigns that eliminated smallpox. On October 26, 1991, the last Yugoslav People's Army soldier left Slovenia 3 months after the 10-day war. This marked the definitive end of Yugoslav military presence in Slovenia and solidified the country's independence after a brief conflict that had seen Slovenia successfully secede from Yugoslavia. Jordan and Israel signed a landmark peace treaty on October 26, 1994, officially ending 46 years of hostilities and establishing formal diplomatic and economic relations. The treaty was facilitated by U.S. President Bill Clinton and is considered a major step toward peace and stability in the Middle East. Mossad agents assassinated Palestinian Islamic Jihad leader Fathi Shikaki on October 26, 1995, outside his hotel in Malta. Shikaki was a key figure in orchestrating suicide bombings and other attacks against Israel, and his killing was part of Israel's broader strategy to combat terrorism through targeted operations. On October 26, 2001, the USA Patriot Act was signed into law, greatly expanding the U.S. government's surveillance and law enforcement powers in the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. The act aimed to prevent future terrorist attacks, but also sparked debates over civil liberties and government overreach. Russian special forces stormed a Moscow theater on October 26, 2002, ending a hostage crisis where Chechen terrorists had taken 850 people captive. The operation used a gas to subdue the militants, but resulted in the deaths of about 50 terrorists and 150 hostages, sparking controversy over the use of force. Rockstar Games released Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on October 26, 2004 for the PlayStation 2. The open-world action game sold 12 million units, becoming the best-selling PS2 game. It was praised for its expansive world and complex narrative, but also faced controversy for its violent and mature content. Microsoft released Windows 8 to the public on October 26, 2012, introducing a new tile-based interface designed for touchscreens. The operating system marked a significant shift in design, but received mixed reviews, with criticism focused on its user interface, especially from traditional desktop users. Thank you most sincerely for your time and attention. If you found this presentation enlightening, I encourage you to share it with others, express your appreciation with a like, and consider subscribing for future content. I look forward to your company in the next installment.